The first thing I want to say, you're going to hear a song after this. I do not have rights to this beat, but I did rapped over the beat. But I have no rights to this beats. That's what I want to say. Let's get to the video. But let me start off with say this. If you like what I'm talking about, please subscribe and put a like on my page. I will never, ever, 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 ever ask you to donate money to my page. But if you do, it's a blessing. But I really believe that God's going to let my page do what it need to do. Now, let me get to the topic I'm talking about. I always talk to God. Always. Always talk to him. And like I need to tell some people out here, nobody can teach you how to talk to your father, how you need to pray to your father. Nobody can teach you that. As long as you talk with your heart, and your spirit, God will answer. God will answer. We were talking about this world, how evil this world is, how the world become so corrupt. God told me, he said, you gave the devil power. Y'all gave the devil power. And I didn't understand what he was talking about. He said, you gave him power. He said, if you read your Bible and read the bull crap, some bull crap that's in there, you'll find truth that he never had power. He said, when I kicked them out of heaven, the angels out of heaven, they took wives among themselves. They didn't marry them, they didn't fall in love with them. They took them among themselves. Then they impregnate these wives, impregnate these women. When they impregnate them, the women had babies that turned into giants. I said, okay, I'm trying to follow what God was telling me. He said, the first thing he taught these kids is how to make weapons and how to fight war. I said, okay, God, what you talking about? He said, if he had a power that what I have, he wouldn't have to teach none of these kids how to fight war and how to make weapons because they already powerful. Woo, that is deep. He said, do you understand? They already powerful. Why would you teach somebody power to fight war if you was powerful? You wouldn't teach them that. So that's another sign that the devil never had power. We gave the devil power. But he said the devil is a mastermind of manipulation. He manipulate your mind to make you think he is all powerful. Wow, this is so deep, man, and I had to share this with you because some people believe that, oh yeah, the devil doing this, the devil can't do nothing unless you allow him to do it. You allow him to manipulate your mind. You understand what I'm saying? I'm trying to free your mind and stop blaming everything on the devil. It's just like when you want to do something bad, and it happens to everybody, you always have two people in your ear. You got one say, man, it's not worth it. Don't do it. It's not worth it. Then you got the other side say, man, you need to represent, cuz. You need, if you don't represent, people going to look at you differently. Then you had to make a choice. You had to make a choice. You want to represent? Then you pay the price for representing. Or you want to walk away? Then you can walk away. You always have a choice. But I'm just letting y'all know the devil have no power. You giving him all your energy. You giving him all your power that he don't even deserve. It gets so deep. This is so deep. Because I'm trying to free some of your minds. And so, as man, God was talking. And we was getting deep. As we were talking, I learned so much. Because I don't read the Bible. But God told me, start reading it. He said the things you don't understand in the Bible, because if you can't understand what I'm saying in this Bible, guess what? It wasn't written by me. You forgot multiple people had to manipulated my words. Manipulated my words to control my people. Wow, that is so deep. That is so deep. I like that, you know. So I said, and I told God, I said, well, you know, I don't go to church. He said, Jesus never even, he said, my son Jesus never went to church. He stepped in there one time and he destroyed it. He said, that's the problem. People so busy worshiping, praying inside a church when this world need help. The world need prayer. You know, when I'm talking about that really touched me. He said the world need help. He said, look at the Black Lives Matter. Name one pastor that you know that's on TV. March with my people. And when I say my people, he ain't talking about black people. He ain't talking about white people. He said his people. Name one pastor that ever walked with them. Not one. You giving the energy, you giving the low energy devil problems. I mean, power. I'm sorry about that. You gave him power. He said, let me tell you something. He said, let's go back into the Bible. I know you don't read it, but let me refresh in your mind. Because you had a praying mother who told you some stories. So let's go back. You remember the devil had to come to me and ask me to touch one of my child. You remember that story? I said, yeah, I remember a little bit. He said, follow me. The devil did everything he could do to him. Made him sick. He lost everything. Everything. He physically did it. And I just whispered in here and healed him. But let me get deeper than that. He had to come to me first to do anything to y'all. But the devil, the low energy, got so smart, he didn't want to go to God no more for permission to put hands on us. So what he did, you're going to laugh, he created a contract. Wow. So he don't, and the devil don't force you to sign a contract, but he put all these luxury houses, cars in front of you, and it looks so, and it looked beautiful. You want this, so you sign your name on a contract. But the contract has more writing that you didn't understand. He said, do you know the devil don't mind you praising my name? The devil don't mind you calling my name. Jesus, God, he don't mind. Why he don't mind? Because you under a contract. Wow. I said, wow, is it because you're under a contract? You signed your name on that dotted line. So you can praise to me all you want to. I hear you. But at the end of the day, you signed your name on a contract. This gets so deep, man. I love walking through this park. When you put your name on the dotted line, there are consequences when you do it. Why you think these kids, these rappers, so corrupted in their mind? I could get deeper into the contract because I read some of it. It's not good at all. It's not good at all. So people who not under contract, basically, you free. The world gonna do what the world gonna do. Remember that. But it's up to you to have the connection to your Father. To your Father. But God told me another thing that was shocking. He said in the Bible, he said, never get attached to worldly things. No, I'm wrong. Never worship worldly things, he told me. He said, you know why I said that? And I said, why? He said, because you can never take it with you. I didn't say not to enjoy it, but don't worship it. Because on this earth, you own nothing. And I said, well, you know, people own houses, say they own nothing. On this earth, you own nothing. If you bought a house for $200,000, you paid that house in cash. You paid it off in cash. You don't own it. It just got a fancy name called taxes. You don't own it. It's a fancy name that we call taxes. If you don't pay your taxes, what happens? They put a lien on your house and take it. Your car, you don't own it. Because if you don't pay what? Your taxes. They can take away your car. So you don't own it. So I understand what God say, don't get attached. Don't worship worldly things, because you can't take none of these things with you. He didn't say not to enjoy it, but you can't take it with you. And when you start hearing these celebrities say, I want to give God thanks. I want to thank God for everything he done in my life and did some of these celebrities. And he said, when you hear that, you have to question what God they talking about. He said, you have to question what God they talking about. He said, read between the lines, son. He said, you know, different from me blessing you and the devil blessing you. I said, no, I don't know the difference. He said, when I bless you, it comes from my heart. It comes from everything I love about you. When the devil bless you, he always give you a contract. He always give you a contract, what you can do and what you cannot do with your blessings that he gave you. It's a difference. You know, I love Steve Harvey, man. I listen to Steve Harvey all the time. And I would never put dirt on Steve Harvey's name. And I know he loved the Lord. Let me get that straight. But God, like God told me, yeah, he loved me. And I could feel his love. I could understand his love. But he's still under a contract. Once you put your name on that contract, you no longer, you belong to me, but you no longer belong to me because you under a contract. Again, the top of the story, that the devil have no power. We gave him power. We gave him energy. We gave him energy. And people who's not under the contract, you are a free person. To free your mind. And only why I started this YouTube page, I'm going to tell you why I started it. Because every time I looked at the YouTube, it was always negative. Who got killed? What gang member shooting what gang member? And if they pushing so much that negative energy out of us, it messing with our positive energy. Because now we thinking that the world is messed up. And which it is messed up. But God said one thing. You can have heaven on earth well as in heaven. Woo, that's just deep. You can have heaven on earth well as in heaven. So what he's saying is this. If you stop following man and stop listening to what people tell you how to pray to me and how to walk with me, you can have heaven on earth. And he said even the pastors you seen on TV, all on TV making money and making money off of my name. But the whole thing about it is, let's keep it 100. They're still under a contract. They're still under a contract. You don't need to go to a Bible school to understand me. Just talk to me. And I said again, you know, I need to go back to church. He said, just trust in me. Because Jesus never stepped a foot in the church, and when he did, he destroyed it. Because why would I put my son in a church when everybody outside is sick? I wouldn't be an awesome father to do that. Why would I lock my son up in the church to preach the word of God when he did it in the field. He did it when it was wickedness. Then you wonder why some of these pastors didn't walk with Black Lives Matter. Then you wonder why some of these pastors don't really speak up about police brutality. Then you wonder why some of these pastors, I ain't talking about these little church pastors, I'm talking about these mega church pastors, ain't speaking about the wrongful doing of my people. That's another subject, and I'm going to tell you why we are being treated the way we're being treated. That's another one. I'm going to talk about that later on. But I'm going to end it off like this. The devil don't have power. We gave him power. And by us giving him so much power, he put his angels in different countries. England, Russia, Germany. He put them there. Now he got so much power, he came up with a thing called Congress. For you to uphold his law. Free your mind. You can have heaven on earth rather than heaven. It's just by freeing your mind. If you're looking at videos that upset you and make you look at the world different, stop looking at them. Because you're putting that negative energy in your house and it affecting your positive energy. And when it affects your positive energy, you lash out on other people. Okay? Like I said, if you like what I'm talking about, please subscribe. Again, I would never ask you for money because I think God's going to do what he need to do with this. But if you donate, I'm happy. If you don't, I'm still happy. Because I believe in my Father so much, I think he's gonna do what he need to do with this. And if I ask you for money, I'm not doing the work of God.